In my last video, I took a dollar store RC car remote and turned it into a gamepad. But before I did that, I went on a side quest to hack in a lithium ion battery. So I found this at the Dollar Tree for $5. The first thing it says for battery caution is rechargeable batteries are not recommended. So of course the first thing I'm going to do is put rechargeable batteries in this. Apparently it takes 5 AA's, 3 for the car and 2 for the transmitter. Recommends alkaline batteries, so those are going to output 1.5 volts. So let's get this thing apart. Let's see what it can do. If you want to see a more detailed breakdown of this RC car, you can check out my previous video on the RC remote. Alright, so here's a 18650 lithium ion cell I pulled out of a Bluetooth speaker from the dollar store. I think this should fit like no problem in here. Oh yeah, this is very much an Evo inspired design. Front grille, what would this be? A Evo? That's the newer one. Evo 9 maybe? Evo 10? It's not the old school rally Evos. It also looks like it has like indents for where a wing would go, but no wing. Maybe that's just an injection mold punch. Alright, here's another battery out of a Bluetooth speaker. I'm gonna put this here and this here, and we'll see if we can put the top on. Yeah, I think it'll fit. So I was just gonna use these two cells in parallel to get 1600 milliamp hours, but they're not at the same voltage, and that's pretty important. I just checked them here with my multimeter. I think one was at like 3.8, no, 3.95. Oh, there's like still adhesive on it. This one's around 3.1 volts, so you wouldn't want to connect those together. The way you could do that is put this on a charger for a little while and keep monitoring the voltage until it reaches the 3.9 of this one, then connect them together and finish charging it. I don't really care to do that. It's a cheap dollar store RC car. So I'm gonna grab the bigger cell. So this is a 1200 milliamp hour battery from a much larger Bluetooth speaker and a single cell, so I don't have to wait for the thing to balance. I could just throw this guy in. I do need to cover these, I think. See, I need to cover this up because I don't want this grounding on or dead shorting on anything. Mostly for the sake of the battery on the car, but so I'm gonna see if I have some heat shrink that's the right size. Alright, so I do have heat shrink in the right size, but it's marine grade. And I don't really want to get like that marine grade glue all over this. So I'm just gonna use some gaffer tape I found in the garage to cover it for now. This hopefully shouldn't leave too much like residue on it. Could also use electrical tape. Yeah, that's perfect. You can still see the voltage and well, the camera will focus. 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 There we go. 1200 milliamp hour, 3.7 volts. So for this part, I'm stripping the wires off the battery leads and soldering it to a 5 volt USB-C battery charger for these 3.7 volt lithium ion batteries. And these boards have regulated 5 volt output. Though I didn't bother to check at the time what the rated current output is. Now I need to wire up the 5 volts. Alright, so I got some recycled wire from something here. 22 gauge. Sounds good enough for me. So this is a really nice cheap soldering iron from a company called Pine 64. Takes USB-C power delivery input. I think it's 65. Yeah, 65 watts. I have it running off one of their power supplies right now in the corner. Pipes 20 volts into it, and it heats up really quick. And you can regulate the temperature using the OLED display on these buttons. So where a set of helping hands would probably come in handy. And less coffee. Go to the pad. There we go. I think I got it. Now the negative side. Whew. I got toasty. Okay. I feel like directly soldering to the PCB is the way to go with this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the ginormous wire strippers again. You solder to ground, it really heats up the boards because usually they share a ground plane with the whole thing. So I think theoretically now if we switch it on, it should do something. Well, there's no power light, so never mind. I guess we should go get some batteries for the receiver. I don't really want to try and hack a lithium ion cell on this, especially because it takes 3 volts. I'm sure it would work, but let's go get a AA battery. I got the cheapest pair of double screams I could find. Super heavy duty batteries. I don't even think these are alkaline. They're probably also dollar store batteries. Let's slap these in the controller and see if anything happens. This thing doesn't even have a power switch. Alright. Ooh. Oh, we got a power LED there. On the thing I installed. Lift this up. So when you're using it, you get a power LED there. Oh good, I didn't mess up the steering. Wow, it sure doesn't steer very far. Oh, it woke up my soldering iron. I'm gonna unplug that. Is this thing... Yeah, it should be fine. I don't think it'll short. We'll just slap this together. Do I even bother? Yeah. Still works. Oh, you know, before I put it back together, I should probably actually like charge the battery. I don't even think it was fully charged. I know I have these dinky power only USB-C cables that came with the battery, not the batteries, the speakers that I ripped these batteries out of. I guess it can go either way. It's USB-C. Maybe turn off the car first. Oh, you get a green light for charging. That's nice. Whoop. Let's not toss the lithium ion cell all over the place. I got the nice Anchor battery pack here that's recalled for catching on fire. Charging the sketchy Chinese lithium ion batteries inside a RC car where it doesn't belong. I am curious, does it work while it's charging? It appears to. Oh. Yeah, I'm still getting a charging light while it's running. So you can use these to charge and run at the same time. That is actually very useful. This wasn't what I got these for. These were designed for, or not designed, these were going to go in another project. Or I guess they still are going in another project, but I had a spare one to throw in here to see if it works. So I did find one mistake I made. I didn't actually check where the switch connects. So this thing is always on. Even when the switch is off, I could just... Yeah. I can't be bothered to fix it at this point. We'll just run it. 4.1 volts. I mean, this thing's technically on, so I don't know. It should be like 4.2 fully charged, but it might be there, and it's just voltage sag from drawn from it. So let's put this thing back together. Shut that off. Actually, no, that's fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Let's grab these. All right, I'll leave the bottom off for some weight reduction because we don't actually have battery cells in there. Whoop. I think it still works. Yep, still works. Hi, Oakley. Hi. Time to see what Oakley thinks of this. Sorry for the shaky camera footage. Holding the phone and the controller at the same time was quite difficult. Like it or you not like it? Alright, so it appears to have died. Don't know whether that's from the battery rattling around and hitting walls or because the battery is dead. Let's get it open. Alright, let's check our battery voltage. Here's the contacts. I mean, the battery's still at 3.9 volts. It should have enough power. Uh-oh, that's not green. What does this do now? Oh! Ow! That's hot. I don't know if that's supposed to get hot. Oh, yeah, that's toasty. Alright. We'll use the off switch. Yeah, I don't like that either. Alright, the other off switch. There we go. Yeah, this thing's super hot. Um, Let me look at the battery voltage again. I think I might have fried that. Yeah, battery's at 3.96 volts. I might have pulled too much current through this thing. Or having it slam against everything inside the car while it was running might have knocked something loose. Yeah, I got a fine, faint blue LED there, I think. Oh yeah, it's heating up. It's heating up bad. Oof. Yeah, I think I fried this board. Well, that stinks. The car surprisingly held up to a lot of abuse. I slammed it into a few walls at like full speed and nothing seemed to break. The driver board didn't even fail when I hit something, so I thought it might have been dead. It just dead stopped going straight. Yeah, my guess is I think these are only rated for like an amp at most, and these motors could potentially draw more from stall torque, probably. The interesting thing about this, with how the radio signal works, is it works in pulses. So it doesn't actually hold the steering in a particular direction. You just like hold down the button and hope that it's gonna turn the direction you want while you're hitting the gas, which is also pulsed. Though once you get up to speed, it kind of just keeps going forward in a non-pulsed fashion because of the inertia of the car. But yeah, steering is very like tricky to control actually on this. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.